All right, guys. So, good morning. I'm doing the recap for today. I had a special guest today, Carlos. He lives in New Jersey. So he was in San Diego over the weekend, and now he stopped for one night in Vancouver, and he traded with me.
Brought some snow with me as well.
He brought the snow. There's a lot of snow right now in Vancouver. These East Coast guys, they're just bring coldness and snow with us. But no, other than that, I mean, it was great trading with him. I'm just gonna do the recap. I had one good trade on NKTR, and we had a really good watch list, by the way. I mean, really good watch list. There's a lot of stocks on the gappers watch list. There was a lot of good stuff gapping up and down, and pretty much almost all of them traded really nicely. I traded okay, a little bit messed up on Beyond, but my first trade was 1 minute opening range breakdown on NKTR. So the opened really weak below the VWAP. I went short and dropped off from 27.40 all the way up. I think that I got almost at 26, and I got out at around 26.50. So that was a really good trade, and I should have stopped trading it. I mean, I was $1,000, and I stopped trading, and I closed at 1,100, and probably lost a lot of commission as well. So I should have really stopped trading it. But I just got, in this Tesla, I had a fear of missing out on Tesla. It, popped up and it was going for 500. 500 was the all-time high, and it did right at the open. It just opened very strong, went up and cracked all the way to 503. In the pullback, I went long at 500, popped up to the high of the day. I sold, and I kind of thought that it's gonna go break the high of the day again, and so I went long again, but I got out. So eventually, I lost money on that, but this is what I was expecting it to do. Cam never lost the VWAP. Every time that it tried to lose the VWAP on this 1 minute chart, it just bought back up, never really closed below the VWAP, and it was really setting up for a beautiful move up. And I told everyone that Tesla is a long, but I'm not going to take it because I was done with my day. But one thing that you can do, and this is important, one thing that you can do is you can trade options on that. So one thing you can do is you can go long and you can set the risk here, and then you wait for a break of high of the day, but you have to manage the risk because this Tesla might just keep going down. One way is when you are kind of almost certain that a stock is moving into your direction, but you want to have the fixed risk, is to trade options. And that's what we discussed at the end of January. NAS, I'm actually learning from NAS on this stuff, that how can we actually trade that. So one way is you can buy call option. When you buy an option, your risk is fixed. That you pay that much for the option, and then the worst case scenario is option becomes useless, so you lose a premium that you paid for the option. But if it moves into your direction, then the sky is the limit, and that's what exactly the NAS did for us. And I think I have this thing that he shared with us, and that's a trade that NAS shared with us. So he traded Tesla at the open, so that's a opening range breakup that he did. So he made really good money on the share. And then when it started consolidation around here 9.15, he went and bought some call options. So these are call options at $4.95. I think they're expiry end of this week. He bought it at $15, and these are in the money options. And then he popped up and he sold it at $18. So again, his risk is limited, is fixed. So he doesn't have to worry that it just goes down, no, because the options doesn't work that way. And he from $15, all the way to $18 for a really decent profit. That's what we're gonna discuss in the next couple of Fix for Success webinar. I've seen this trend actually a lot. So that's what I want to complement these options into my trading career. And I want to have trading, these scalping and momentum trading at the open. But when you start making a trend, you can either ride the trend, which is more difficult, or you can just trade options, pull or call, depending on if you want to go short or long, and you can capitalize on that. And that's what I love about options, that it can be a good complement in your trading career and trading portfolio. So other than that, so as you see, stock is just going well. If you have the option, again, you just can run it, let it run, and as we go. So yeah, so Tesla, I did 2 trades on that. I don't blame myself on trading. Maybe I shouldn't have done the second trade if I want to. Going back, a first trade was good, popped up, I sold a little bit, but the second trade was really unnecessary. I got this fear of missing out on Tesla, especially last week. I had a really bad, this mental, the horror that I have from the bad loss that I had. Maybe I should have stayed with. But Beyond was the most unfortunate trade. I did 3 trades on that for a long. I was really long biased on that. The stock was gapping up, very strong. Opened actually very strong. So I didn't trade it in the first 5 minutes, but it was below the VWAP. Popped up, huge squeeze. and it did a really nice opening range breakup on 1 minute opening range breakup. And then I went long on this pullback, and my stop loss was originally below the VWAP, but I kind of got a cold feed and I got out too early. It did touch the VWAP, squeezed back up, and I said, okay, this time it's gonna go break the high of the day. And I went long again, and again, I saw that it has trouble really breaking the high of the day, and I got to stop out. And I don't blame myself for any of these trades. You know, both of them, I think they were great, especially this one that I got out. I realized that it's not really breaking the high of the day, just doesn't have the juice. I got out. It did drop, came back up, and after about 10 minutes, it was setting up. So as you see, it just came back up, and I decided to go back long again. And it was ready for the break of high of the day. And it did break the high of the day. So it did break off the day, but unfortunately I made a hotkey mistake and I got out completely on that. So I really didn't capitalize on. I made my loss back plus a little bit, but I just, you know, I just really missed this $5-6 move. And as you see, unfortunately, I really didn't get any move on that. And that was my mistake. It was a hotkey mistake. I was a little bit stressed on that. And yeah. And after that, I decided not to trade. I'll grab this at $1,000. It's good. $1,000 a day. It's like $300,000 a year. I mean, why would I just messing around with me? Not considering the fact that the US dollar Canadian exchange rate is awesome. That exchange rate is paying for all of my taxes. So that's great. So other than that, I think I'm going to the off-topic chat. I mean, there was a lot of good trades. I mean, I'm just going to the off-topic chat. If anyone, Norm is sharing with us something. Oh, $1,000 on Tesla, one good trade. I gotta show this to the people. So Norm is sharing something with us. So yeah, so one good trade. So he did pre-market. So long sold, long sold. I don't know how to trade in the pre-market, but he just jumped in right at the open, 492 all the way up to 500 for $1,000. That's beautiful trading. Congratulations, Norm, for this amazing trade. Kevin Ed, a trader with us for over a year. AM1N was amazing, guys. Thor did an amazing trade. A lot of our traders, this squeeze that happened, just amazing. Right at 20 all the way up to $21. Beautiful. And an amazing ad, Kevin. Really nice. Do a recap for us, Kevin, because Thor had traded that, but Thor is doing it differently. I mean, he reads the level 2 and he's a little bit different when he's trading. I love to hear different perspective on one single trade, because that's the beauty. That's a lot of education in there, that there is no correct way of trading. You know, two traders can do the same thing, can do the same trade, but there are different thought process behind that. And that's what we actually learn from that. Pitman, our great guy in London, let's see what he did. Same thing, you know, pop above the VWAP. You just popped up all the way up to $21. So Pitman was our great host in London. And let me see what the Ricky did. Amazing. Yeah, so first trade on Tesla, pop, sold. Second trade, you know, just these waves getting smaller. And third trade, you go, as you know, again, as I mentioned, this was an amazing sign. This candlestick, the white candlestick, for me, it was an amazing sign. Again, I wasn't done with my day, but I would have definitely jumped in. As you know, they never let it close below the VWAP. Just quickly squeeze back up. You went long. You really held it really nicely. The stop loss probably 496, and now it's Tesla is at 505. So beautiful trading, guys. So that's it, guys. That is trading for a living. You know, that's what I want to really talk about. Rajesh, what did you do? That's the beyond one. Yeah, so he got so right at the open for opening range breakup, 1 minute opening range breakup. That's beyond. I know that this chart. I know the chart. Popped up, sold, drop. You get long again, sold, and then you got to stop out in the second one. So that's the second trade. You got to stop out, and then as soon as it came above the VWAP, long, I jumped in around here. So I jumped in a little bit late. You got really good entries, and look at this $7-8 move. Amazing trade, and you just scaled out. Much better trading than me. I mean, that is the community. I think that's why we're the best community. Just trading much better than even the more experienced traders. Love that. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for everyone. So this week we have ABCD pattern seminar with. So these are all ABCD patterns. So if you want to see how Ayman is trading, then is all these ABCD pattern. He's talking about ABCD pattern, different time zone. At the open, in the midday, in the afternoon, he's gonna give us a really good webinar. And Ayman is a very talented guy. He's really young, 26, 25. He's a medical student doctor. He's trading right now. I think it's at 10, 11 o'clock in Russia. So the time is just during the day is just blood and stuff, and then trades in the afternoon and then go to bed. So don't miss this success webinar, and I'll see everyone tomorrow morning. Yeah, Carlos, I gotta take Carlos to the gym. He's out of shape. That is not acceptable, and we're gonna go to the gym, hit the gym right now. So have a good day, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning in the chat.